Hey everyone, welcome to Find Your Flow. I'm Natalie and this is day 7 of Feel. You made it. Well done. Today we are going to check in with our physical touch, so we're going to be getting very handsy with ourselves and moving in a way that feels amazing. So I'll meet you on the mat. So we are going to get started by coming to a comfortable seat of your choice. I'm lifting my hips up onto my yoga block. You can find your support from your at-home props, keeping this nice long spine, shoulders away from the ears, you know the drill, relaxing the hands wherever they fall most comfortably. Taking the time to set up in this comfortable shape first, before closing the eyes or softening the gaze. And taking a nice breath in through the nose and a breath out of the nose. Keep going just like that. Notice what you brought with you to the mat today. Notice your energy, your mood. Notice the physical body, your muscles, your joints. How does everything feel? Keeping with your breath in this constant state of flow. In and out, in and out. Notice what you can feel from every part of your body that's touching somewhere else. So your glutes, bottom, maybe the outer edges of the feet, the ankles. Maybe the toes are touching. Where are the hands? Perhaps the forearms or elbows are resting somewhere. Be really aware of this space. Notice how it feels. You are here in this moment. Can we set an intention for our practice to feel completely how we feel? And that's both physically, energetically, emotionally, also through our touch that we're going to be doing a lot of in our practice. Yay! Nice. On your next exhale, smile. And you can keep the eyes closed or open them as we reach both arms out wide, shoulders height. Breathing in, reaching a bit further. Breathing out, crossing the right arm over the left and hug yourself. Wrap the arms around the back body as far as you can. Breathe in, feel the breath. Breathe out, trace the hands across the body as we reach out wide. Gorgeous. Inhaling. Exhaling, taking the left arm over the right. Hug yourself. Take a nice breath in. And breathe out, trace the hands across the body as we open wide and then release. Taking the right leg out wide and out long as we bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Take as much support, maybe you add a little bit more underneath the hips as we spiral the ribs over to the right leg. No, we can always use our strap around the center of the foot here if we feel good. Keeping the knee bent, toes lifted, We'll lengthen through our spine. Keep lengthening as the hands crawl forwards. Either side of the leg, on the leg itself, or maybe with your strap. Just really easing into our practice, bringing our stomach down towards our thighs. And if the hands are on the legs, can we really feel how this feels? So maybe we trace them up and down the leg like I'm doing, because normally when we get to this sort of posture, we just hold on for dear life somewhere and we stay very static. So really finding some movement here. Can we move with our breath, letting it lead the way? Nice. Coming back, turning the rib cage out as we keep the right hand reaching down the leg. Floating the left hand towards the sky, reaching and then folding over. But we're going to find this 2 more times. So coming back, keep reaching tall and folding. Nice. Once more, lifting and reaching. Keeping the heart space radiating towards the sky. Breathing into the space in the side body. And then coming all the way back to center. Nice. Sending the left leg out long, right leg hugs in. Taking the hands to the ribs as they come over the left leg. And starting to walk the hands down, keeping the spine nice and tall, knee nice and bent. Lovely. Maybe we find this gentle rocking, swaying or swooping forwards and back. Always listening to what feels good for us today. And lifting back up and sending the left hand down the left leg. Right hand reaches towards the sky, finding space like a rainbow, and then folding over, coming all the way back twice more. Gorgeous, staying there for 1 more breath before lifting all the way back up. Bringing the hands to the legs to bring the feet together. Soles of the feet together, nice and wide. Opening the knees. Again, taking the hands onto the legs wherever they fall naturally. Maybe it's on their feet, ankles, calves, toes, wherever we are. Taking a breath in, finding length. As we breathe out, stomach towards the heels. Folding forwards, giving our hips lots and lots of love. Rather than hoisting ourselves into this posture, so really using the resistance and muscling into it, can we explore our swaying, swooping hands again, just like we did in our forward fold. So rub the hands up and down the legs. Notice how this might change how the posture feels without us muscling into it. Lovely. 1 more breath here. Lovely. Coming all the way back up. Nice. Hands, bring the knees together. We lift off our block as we come to find a kneeling position, toes tucked under. Remember, if this doesn't suit, we can lift onto the knees with some padding on the knees, or find a variation of this that works for you, but keeping the toes tucked if we can, so we can find some space through the feet, really important. And as we inhale, we'll float the hands behind us, gazing up. Exhale, bring the hands through center first, taking hold, touching your rib cage, and then floating forwards, chin towards the chest. Nice. As you breathe in, float the hands back through the center and then behind, lifting your gaze. As you exhale, hands come through center and then forwards. Nice, find this rhythm 2 more times. And whenever you've finished, making your way back to center, stroking the hands up the front body, all the way up to the shoulders, and then reaching the fingertips high, softening the shoulders away from the ears. Option to interlace the hands, reach the palms away, taking a breath in and breathing out. Everybody tracing the hands down all the way to the knees, and then walking them to the ground as we sit back into a child's pose, but keeping our toes tucked under. Feeling the ground with the palms as we float the hands over to the left side of the mat and over to the right. And making our way back to center, planting the palms. We'll keep the toes tucked as we send the knees off the ground. Lift the hips high, downward facing dog. Pedal through the heels. Bend the knees nice and generously. Keeping the breath soft, the jaw relaxed, finding one more breath here. Before walking, stepping or hopping the feet forwards into a fold. Feet hips distance apart, head, neck and shoulders relaxed, moving from side to side, softly swaying. Be kind to your back body, bending the knees. And as we come back to center, hands will come to the legs as we start to rise. Slowly rolling into standing, but keeping the hands tracing the front body. Coming all the way up over the stomach, the ribs, the chest, hands to shoulders, and then reaching tall. Nice. Coming all the way back down, chin towards the chest. Rolling through the spine into our forward fold. Taking a breath in, breath out, and we rise again. Keeping the knees nice and soft. Tracing the hands all the way up, reaching tall as we get there, and then releasing. Moving with your breath. One more time. Feel the energy within you. Last time, folding forwards and planting the palms. We'll step both feet back, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up high. You're floating the left leg off the ground behind you. Keep sending away through the heel in a three-legged dog. Hips stay nice and level. Pressing firmly through the fingertips. Lightly lifting the palms of the hands away from the ground. And bending the left knee. Rocking it all the way forwards towards the left elbow. Then bringing it through center over to the right elbow. And towards the nose, curling through the spine before stepping the left foot up into your lunge. So taking the back knee, back foot out a little wider as we rise. This nice sturdy foundation in our lunge. Fingertips float high towards the sky, then dropping the shoulders, dropping the elbows, cactus arms. Breathing in. Breathing out. Hands come to the rib cage. We pivot our back foot onto the ground as the ribs spiral over to the right side. Arms reach wide. We find warrior two. Externally rotating our thighs. Floating the fingertips wide, front knee over the front ankle. Feel the support from the feet. Then floating our front hand down our front leg. Keep it tracing until it reaches the toes and lifts off. It reaches forwards and towards the sky. Reverse warrior. Keeping the front knee bent, back leg long. Inhaling. Exhaling. Left hand traces down the front body. And then the forearm comes to the thigh as the right hand swings open into our side angle pose. Really lovely. Take a nice breath in. And breath out. We're going to roll to and from our reverse warrior to our side angle pose. So find your flow. Right hand traces down, left hand traces down, as we reach forwards and towards the sky. Nice. Then coming all the way back, left hand down the front body into our side angle pose. Right arm opens like a windmill. Finding a breath here before resetting and sending the left hand down, reaching it forwards. Gorgeous. Feel how you feel in the body. Listen to your body. And floating back, side angle pose. Last time, breathing in here. And breathing out. Gorgeous. We'll pivot on the back foot straight from here. Coming into an airplane lunge. Fingertips float behind, stomach towards the thigh. Find even more space between the shoulders and the earlobes. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, plant the palms either side of the front foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Pedal through the heels. Send love to the back body. And then whenever you're ready, we'll float the right leg off the ground, three-legged dog. Find this sturdy three-legged dog here. And bending the right knee, hovering it forwards towards the right elbow. And crossing it over towards the left. And through center, knee towards the nose. And step forwards into your lunge, finding this foundation. Feet are nice and wide as we rise from the ground up. Nice. Softening into our cactus arms. Taking a deep breath in. As we breathe out, hands come to the ribs. We spiral over to the left side, pivoting the left foot on the ground. Arms reach, warrior two. Are the hands here and the arms here just because that's where they are in warrior two, or can we really place them here with purpose and intention? Floating the front hand down the front leg. Finding our reverse warrior, reaching all the way back. Trace the hand down the front body, floating into our side angle pose. Now let your breath lead the way as you find your flow here. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze if this feels good. We're doing this 3 times. And whenever you've finished, we'll all meet in our side angle pose before pivoting on the back foot, spiraling into airplane lunge. Fingertips reach back, really find some space. Keep the back heel off as we send away through the back heel. Breathing in, breathing out, releasing the hands, stepping all the way back, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up high, and then walk, step or hop the feet forwards into a fold. Slowly lifting all the way up to standing, hands trace along the front body, all the way towards the shoulders as we reach high, and then release. Stepping nice and wide on your mat, turning the feet out wide as we come to find our goddess pose. So you might like your feet a little bit wider or a little bit closer together than I am. Really just listen to what feels good, depending on how lovely and long your legs are, or in my case, short. So externally rotating through the thighs, really noticing this tilt we have in the pelvis. Can we find this central point where it can be in alignment with our spine? Then sending the hands wide, reaching for the sky. As we bend the elbows, we'll bend the knees over the feet. So if the knees are coming out or in, can we be aware of this? Softening the shoulders from beneath the ears. And we're really going to get very handsy here, so enjoy this, love this. We're bending down a little bit lower. Hands cross over one another, all the way across the front body, reaching for the sky. Legs lengthen, gorgeous. 2 more times, opening and releasing once more. Coming back to our goddess pose. Can we go a little bit lower? Everybody bringing the right forearm down to the right thigh. As we float the left hand across the front body, we'll reach it towards the sky, opening into a twist. Keeping the hips nice and level. Notice if we're very lopsided, keeping everything nice and low in our goddess pose. And opening 2 more times into our twist. Dragging over and floating high. Nice. Once more. And releasing, lifting back. Taking off our jumper, crossing the arms over, reaching tall. Softening goddess pose. Left forearm to the left thigh. Finding this movement as we open into our twist. Gorgeous. Everybody, whenever you finish, coming back to goddess, opening, crossing over the arms, lifting tall, and then softening. Option for our final couple of breaths to rock off the heels onto the toes, sit back a little lower. Think of your intention. Notice your breath. Where is your awareness here? One more breath. And releasing the heels down, softening the arms. Walking the feet a little bit closer towards each other. Keeping the toes turned out as we bend the knees. Come to sit all the way down in our malasana. Little yogi squat. Now the hands can be together at the heart. We can find support underneath the heels if we need to, or underneath the bottom. But wherever we are, just noticing this length through the spine. We're only going to be here for a couple more breaths. Enjoy this. Send some love to the hips. And on your next exhale, bring the hips straight down to the ground. But lift onto some support here. And bring yourself towards the front of your support. Taking both legs out long. Again, you can use our strap here around the feet if we want to. But keeping the knees nice and bent, really soft. We'll lengthen tall. Hands come onto the fronts of the legs. And as we start to fold, we'll stroke the hands down as far as they go. Into our Paschimottanasana. And staying here, enjoying this. Lovely. One more breath here. Before slowly lifting up, taking your hips off your support. Feet firmly on the ground. As we reach the arms forwards, we'll curl the chin towards the chest and roll the spine onto the mat, one vertebra at a time. Slow as we can go. Gorgeous. And as we get here, we'll hug the knees in together. Rock gently from side to side. And coming back to center, hugging the right knee up and in, left leg out long. And then guiding the right knee over towards the left side of the mat into a twist. Keeping our shoulder blades on both sides, rooting down to the earth. Notice where you want the right arm. It might be out long, might stay close to the body. Notice where there's a space in the shoulder region today. And if the head and neck want to turn, great, but if not, no worries. Option to stay here or lengthen the right leg out long. Only do so if this feels good in your practice today. If you can keep this twist through the center. We're finding one more breath here. Before slowly unraveling all the way back, hugging the left leg in and the right leg long. Guiding the left knee over towards the right side of the mat, opening if there's room today with the arms. And option to lengthen the left leg if there's space. Easing into this. Finding one more breath here. Before coming all the way back, hugging both knees in, curling the forehead towards the knees, rounding through the spine. Option to take the hands to the outer edges of the feet, finding a tight football wherever you are. One more breath. And as you exhale, lengthen the legs out long and release the arms down by your sides. And join in with me, taking a breath in through the nose and out of the mouth. 2 more times. Inhaling completely, exhaling completely. Gorgeous. And returning back to your natural breath when you're ready. Again, checking in with how you feel. It's so important. We spend so much time often rushing through everything that we do in our lives, whether it's at work, at home, in our spare time, that we rarely ever actually tune into ourselves and listen inwards. When we start to do this in our yoga practice or in our day-to-day life, can we simply be open to noticing the effect this might have on us? Reflecting upon all of the touching that we just did in our practice. Maybe you're somebody who doesn't normally touch yourself in a very PG way, but just really be open to this experience. And maybe you felt one way today, maybe you come back to this tomorrow and feel a different way. Everybody joining together with the palms at the heart in Anjali Mudra. In gratitude for this moment, loving every part of our bodies, appreciating our practice, and trusting each other. And I thank you for joining me so much. From my heart to yours, Namaste.